crazy stuff. I was wondering where all this pink dust had come from, because I seem to have got it over my project, and then it just dawned on me, those who know me within the group know that I was putting up shelves. This is like brick dust, wall dust from my drilling the walls. So I need to clear everything off, clean everything down, get the vacuum out. Oh, there we are. Anyway, so now moving on, I have there's the fold, yeah. So I have put my husband's name on here, but I put it well down because, well, it doesn't matter if it's down too much, it's still above the fold that will be in it, but because I know that there is going to be a seam above. So that's my 9x7, which I've now, because you could, you know, before you can put it on, you need to have done whatever you need to do to it to personalise it and make your own. I am just cutting off, as I do, my no-show mesh. I love using no-show mesh. It is a cutaway stabiliser, I suppose. However, I don't cut it away. I just cut it to size, and at the end of the day, it's so soft and so gorgeous that it just becomes, you know, part of the. So all this backing, I just keep it. I just keep it. Now, the next thing that we need to do, realistically, having made your embroidery on the top, or having done your iron-on transfer, or stitched yourself your monogram, or whatever you like to call it, is, and you've got to go twice with this fabric, is best sides together, yeah, 7x7, best sides together, and we need to make a tube, and we are going to sew 1/4 inch, okay, 1/4 inch on both long sides, 1/4 inch on both long sides. That's all we're going to do now. Alright, back to normal sewing mode. I have put on my machine, I'm going to wake him up, white cotton underneath, and I put on my HP foot, not Hewlett Packard, iPrecision plate. Now, at the end of the day, I got a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to do this 1/4 inch because although we may sew the whole stocking at 1/2 inch, doesn't matter if the cup is slightly bigger. I don't want it to be too small and rocked up, so I am going to take the 7x9 inch squares, right sides together, yeah, righty sides together, and I'm just going to sew in ordinary mode now, foot down, oh, let me get under there, foot down, a 1/4 inch seam. Not very fast, is it? Let's move that up a bit. Cut that off, swizzle it round, and exactly this false material you can see sticking out is only the backing of where I did the embroidery. So again, foot down, and off we go. 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch seam. Now, what we can do now is obviously turn it the right side out. Okie dokie, right? Oh good, that has turned out the right way up. If, I don't know, I am going to have to go and press this now to make the seams nice and firm, yeah? And remembering, I don't know actually if you can see this on my, but there's my fold. So with my folding hand, I just turn the cuff the right way round. Yeah, I haven't pressed anything yet. So I'll go back and press it all so it looks lovely and what have you. And with the raw edges at the top, which is what I need because I want the folded, nice folded edges at the bottom. This is the cuff that we're now going to sew on our stocking top. Now, if I've done it the right way round, if for some reason I hadn't done it the right way round or the material was upside down or what have you, well, the simple thing is turn it inside out and then probably you would have it the right way round. But, you know, I managed to do it because I know what I'm doing the right way round in the first place. But, you know, if it looks to you like, oh no, that's wrong, that's upside down, or the material upside down, you can turn it the other way out. So I'm going to press this now, and I'm going to get it ready to attach to our stocking top. Alright? Oops. Let's move all this up and start again, because my darling camera gave out on me. So, okay, right, so I've got one piece of stocking with the fused felt behind, or you could have the sprayed on button behind, whichever way you've done it. And then now we need to put the other piece pretty side on top, yeah, matching it as best you can. Now it's never going to be 100%, never going to be 100%, but you just squiddle it around until it looks the best as it can look, or maybe a bit down there, maybe a bit up here. Doesn't matter, because you can always straighten off an edge, it doesn't matter. And at the end of the day, after we've done this seam, we're probably going to cut it down, so it doesn't matter. Now, rather than use pins, because in my experience, no matter what I'm doing, I know it sounds awful, but I am such a klutz that no matter what I'm doing, I'll get stabbed by a pin. So what I tend to do, especially with something like this, we've got 4 layers of material now, so especially something like this, and it's easy, see, to move it. I'm like, I want to move it a little bit and put these clips. These are Wonder Clips. When I say they're Wonder Clips, that's the brand name, isn't it? That's the brand name. They're not. They're cheapo clips from Amazon. But very true is that the same thing. So, you know, I'll just you know, you've got to do the best you can with what you've got. Always work with what you've got. Doesn't matter. This is kind of freeform anyway. So it doesn't really matter what you've got, because at the end of the day, it'll end up the shape you sew it. And we're going to cut off the extra, so boom, there we are. Right, so looks good that side. Oh, that's the back side of my embroidery. Anyway, looks good. Doesn't look good, because although I want that to be together, I'm creating, no, see, I smoothed it, and now I'm not. Right, okay, so I'm going to put this under the machine now, and I'm going to put green in the machine, and I am going to sew the stocking top together, because we've already made this cuff, and as you can see, this cuff ain't going to fit yet, is it? So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch all the way around. Okay, hunky dories. I'll just show you this now. What do we do? Turn some lights on so we can see what we're up to. Get a bit of, I don't know. I wish to do a 1/2 inch seam. Now, I'm pretty good, so I could probably do it on my own. However, I know that several people, not everyone, but several people might have difficulty with this. So every foot plate on your machine should have a 1/2 inch line. Yes, no, yes, you don't really look at it. No, yes, it does. Right, so I'm going to say, well, let's take a look at it. And I can put a bit of masking tape down. So there, I know my 1/2 inch line. Now, there's something else I can do on this machine because that's pretty clever, isn't it? Right, so I'm so sorry. I can use a guide, yeah. On my machine that will actually like physically. I need to come on one over because because my needle is to the left, so I need to match it now to where I am on here. 1 millimeter, right. So with my machine, I can use a guide on my embroidery, yeah. So I can keep this to my guide, so I know that it's 1/2 inch as we work. But I'm not going to do that because, in some ways, that's cheating. So I am going to say no. I don't need that. I am going to use my sticky tape, the same as you would, and I am just going to start 240 stitch. Okay, I am just going to start everything pinned together with whatever, put down, let's go. Take my pin out, take a view on all of your material put together, take a view, when you get to the end, couple back, cut it. Now, I've started actually halfway up because I just wanted to show you that, and obviously now I'm going to start the right way up, and I'm putting the edge of my material against my edge of my marker, so I know that's 1/2 inch right at the top, and this time foot down 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches, whatever that was, hold in my back stitch and back stitch it to hold it. Take my pin out, and now I'm stitching, keeping my fabric against that tape marker. I'm not watching my needle, I'm not watching my foot, I am just watching. Oh, I'm not even using a walking foot, which would be a better idea, but if you have a walking foot, brilliant time to use it. But I am just keeping my stocking edge against that tape marker. Now, when you come down to somewhere you've got to switch around, what are you going to do? Well, you're going to have to guess. You're going to have to look at the distance. Where's me pointer? You're going to have to look at the distance from your stitch line to the outside, your stitch line diagonally to the outside. That's like your turning point. Is that 1/2 inch? Well, yes, it is. So pick it up, move it. Again, you can see the foot is on the outside of my tape, and I'm going to keep that going as I can. Now this is curved, so now I'm taking my thing off, but I am going slow. Now I'm not going to go mad, I am going slow because I need to keep this outside edge touching. I'm not looking at the foot, I'm not looking at the needle, and I'm not looking at the foot. All I'm looking at is keeping this outside edge touching at all times that marked piece of tape that I put down. I'm going to have to move the bulk of it around, but that's all I am doing is making sure this outside edge is continually touching the edge of that tape as I go around. Nope, it didn't there. Just want it to keep touching. Outside edge, outside, oops, not quite. Outside edge, touching that tape. At all times. Now I've gone round. Now I'm coming up, touching the outside tape. Over stitching 5 or 6 stitches of what I've done and cutting it off. So now that's what I've done. That's how I do it. If you're not sure, stick a bit of tape down and work to the tape. Doesn't matter what foot you've got on, work to the tape.